Pisces, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. I'm recording when we are having a full moon, whoop whoop, full moon in Pisces actually. So usually a little bit easier of an energy for you to navigate. It's actually a really good full moon. I'm loving the transits that are happening. It's a lunar eclipse, which definitely forces us to kind of do some internal reflection. That's like the not fun side, where things, emotions, different events are kind of exemplifying different things that we have to look at, things that we have to like really kind of weigh against whether or not we want to participate or be involved in certain things. And not always the easiest, but what I love, we have this supporting message or this message of support underneath the surface, right? It's this hope, it's this optimism that if we actually listen to ourselves, if we listen to our instincts, if we trust in what our intuition is actually saying to us, then there is that promise of a better future on the horizon. There is a lot being changed, reshuffled, transitioned, Pluto moving into Aquarius. Some of it is really messy, but it's a lot about, I feel like, building our internal strength and fortitude, like really finding our confidence, our security in self, and then using that empowerment to like really kind of chase after the desires that we have for our heart. That's why I like to start the readings off though as well with an energy cleansing, just to kind of set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places we might be feeling blocked or limited. It's a really great time to set your own intention as well, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like to have spirit give you messages around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. It works too. I promise. Spirit's always wanting to speak to us, right? I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are interested in more of that realignment of self, your mind, body, soul. I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are aligned in self, when we know who we are, what we want, when we're taking care of ourselves, that's really where we manifest our happiness, our abundance, our fulfillment. And I would love to help, support in whatever way possible, Pisces. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Pisces. Your energy feels like pretty strong. Like I'm hearing you're feeling like really decided about some things that you have to do, some choices that you have to make. It feels like these are things that you've had to wait on for a period of time, or it like took a long while for things to become clear. Not necessarily in a bad way. It's like right timing is what I'm hearing. Right place, right time type vibe. Overarching energy this week is messages to pass on. So these often talk about those experiences that we go through in life that become wisdom, that become teacher, as we get older, and we pass on our knowledge to those younger than us, etc. That's the vibe that this has. And I think that it looks like, we've actually been getting this free message a lot lately. Where, there's a lot of ambiguity that comes with that. Like to me, it feels like this choice or choices that you were left with. I'm not sure that you've gotten a lot of support around something. And I think it's been difficult to recognize truth from untruth. A lot of times when people are trying to, I don't know, like this feels like a little bit of people trying to control your life, right? Like, can you really do that? Are you sure that's the best? It's like questioning your ability, and maybe even like making you feel like you can't, right? Like second guessing, maybe that sound like goes without saying, but it definitely has this vibe of like I said, like you come into this understanding of like what your abilities are, what you're able to give, and then someone just kind of wants to push back on that. And I'm hearing it's a lot of their own fear, like it's their projected fear onto you. Because with this free message, it's like it could go any way possible. And as much as that can feel scary in and of itself, it's also like it could be a really good effing thing, at the same time. And karmic message is in your blocked energy this week. I'm hearing like it's this reminder that sometimes like that's just what our life is meant to be, right? Like we're meant to get into that relationship or have that child or experience this dynamic, whatever it may be, right? Like we have to remember that that's kind of like the karmic component of life where, yeah, there's a lot of free will. At the same time, there's just some things that are meant to be. And it looks like people for you, like people around you, what I'm hearing are challenging that. I think it's been kind of annoying for you, like I'm not gonna lie, because instead of making you feel settled and more put together, you're constantly questioning yourself and in a way that you feel like you shouldn't, or you shouldn't have to. Interesting. So let's look at this. Okay, so in your energy, we have 8 of Wands, the World, and 4 of Wands. So you're happy, right? Like you look like you've made choices that are like investing in yourself, investing in your happiness. This might even be starting something new, starting a family, starting a new business, setting a new foundation, right? And really kind of like celebrating this new phase of life. And I feel like it's making you want to connect with outside sources. Maybe that's where you're getting a little bit of pushback from people that know you or that are kind of more in like your inner circle, your family, close friends, etc. But you're wanting to expand outside of that. And I think that's a little bit hard for someone because they almost feel like, well, this should be enough. Like what I'm giving you is enough. Lamenting about wishing things had been a little bit different. But I don't know. I don't know if they're coming in with the hopes to like rekindle something with you. Because I'm seeing you're breaking away. I'm seeing you taking different steps. And steps that like whomever's feeding into your life in this way didn't really see you taking. I think it's scary for you because it's not something new. It's not something you've done before, or again, you're having a lot of people push back on like what your abilities actually are. But this is really powerful for you, Pisces. This is something that's transforming you, in a really big way. Yeah. Like you have all this affirming energy around you, but I feel like it's because you continue to you continue to listen to yourself. And places where someone is trying to get in on that, this is a little bit of the squeaky wheel or the wah-wah, someone who's in victim mentality. they think it's enough by like, oh, well, if I give you friendship or I'm talking to you or if I'm showing up, like that should be enough. But it's not, because they're not even really convinced in like their own thoughts and feelings about you, about the dynamic. They haven't made peace or settled within themselves. And it's a lot of the reason why you're in this to begin with, because they kind of like they just can't get their shit together is what I'm hearing. They don't know how to process through. And so like, as soon as it feels vulnerable or like they're on the losing end, they throw up these blocks. 5 of Swords. You can't get around the 5 of Swords. It's someone who it's someone who's like, they will defend their choice at all costs. So if they don't want you getting in, they're not going to let you in type thing. And like, again, this to me looks a lot like false promises. Learning what that actually looks like, what it actually means to work together, to be on the same team, on the same side. As much as we're getting this submission card, I feel like this is more about like you submitting to what it actually is. Not what you want it to be, not what they're trying to sell it to be, but for you to actually be like, you know what? Like, this is exactly what I think it is. And I'm going to make choices that feel right for me. I don't know. They're kind of like trying to make it like you're on the defensive, but really like you're just trying to move on. There's a lot of accusations being thrown at you this week, Pisces, but it kind of goes back to that original message. Like, I feel like the more that you go through this, the more it's like you're better able to see where the disconnect is coming into play. And it's giving you what you need. It's giving you the strength that you need to find within yourself to make the harder decisions. Because what this person's situation is trying to sell themselves to be is not what it actually is. I am listening. I love this. I know that sitting in silence is the surest way to hear my intuition speak. That's 100% true, but I'm also hearing this as like listening to what they're saying. You know, people reveal a lot. Whether it's the way they're conveying a message, the words that they use, what they don't say, right? Like how they're kind of placating you. And I feel like this person does a really good job at turning things onto you. Like it's almost like you won't do what I want you to do, or like they're making you feel guilty as if you're not working on things. When in fact you are. You're trying to like throw your olive branch where you can, but you're also not like limiting yourself as a result for this and like for whatever reason that they want you to, you know? And I feel like there's a lot of like projection going on in this dynamic. I love this. So remember to celebrate you this week, Pisces. I know that it is important to celebrate each win, no matter how big or how small. And honestly, I feel like the small victories that you make in this dynamic are really going to help you build in that courage and that empowerment that we were talking about earlier. And that's so important right now because I feel like that's really the key to kind of like moving through some of this. Remember, I am supposed to have fun. I know that it is important to work hard and play even harder. We forget that. We get so lost in the adult world and like the drama, the bullshit, right? Like figuring things out, making money, doing whatever. And those are all valuable things, but we have to remember to like play and have fun. And when we don't, like it sucks our energy into this vortex of like drama and chaos and negativity. And we really don't have to be there. You know, it's going to play out how it's supposed to. And you know that. I mean, I think to me, this is a lot about you seeing this for what this is very clearly. And the way you can kind of shake off some of that tension, some of that limitation, the places that you get blinded, is go out, have some fun, enjoy yourself. It's such a refresher of an energy, and then coming back into the dynamic, it's way easier to see those disconnects. So Pisces, I hope this helped. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.